I found my chicken here injured in my backyard 2 days ago. I didn't see what happened. I was alerted to an issue by my St. Bernard. She was barking at the back door, which is usually an indicator that something is wrong. Anytime that there's an issue where someone's hurt, my St. Bernard immediately runs to me and barks to get my attention. And so right away I knew that something was wrong. I ran into the backyard and I saw this chicken walking across the backyard and I could see that there was blood. And so I quickly went over and scooped her up and brought her in and checked out her injuries. And she has torn skin on her back and some tearing around the neck area. The tearing on the back is the worst of it. She did manage to walk across the yard and head back to the chicken coop, which is where I was able to scoop her up. It seems like the extent of her injuries is a tearing of the skin on the back and some tearing on her neck. So my question is, was it a predator or was it one of my dogs? And to be honest with you, if I had to guess, I would say this was the puppy just trying to play with the chicken and didn't realize that he was a little too rough. Chicken skin is very fragile, it can tear easily, and with a 7-month-old giant breed puppy, wouldn't take much to tear the skin on a chicken. When I got out into the yard, she was alone walking across the yard and the puppy wasn't in sight, and my French Mastiff was taking a nap. Now that doesn't mean a predator didn't come out in broad daylight and attack her and get chased off. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. I don't know what happened. All I know is that I need to take care of these wounds and make sure that the puppy has more supervision. He's been fantastic with the chickens right from the get-go because he's been with them every day since we brought him home, but he is getting into that teenage, real playful stage. Our puppy did 3 months of on-leash training with the chickens, and then he was given supervised off-leash access with the chickens, and he did really well with that, honestly. But we're gonna go back to on-leash training with the puppy and see how that goes. So for this girl, we've been flushing out her wounds with a diluted povidone iodine, cleaning it really well, and then spraying it down with BluKote. This is a germicidal fungicidal, and that is why her feathers look purple all around this area and her back, but it usually works really well to help with preventing infection. Also have Penicillin G injectable. So this is an antibiotic, and this is to help prevent infection. And then for pain medication, we've been doing Asprin. This is just the low dose aspirin, sometimes called baby aspirin. It's an 81 milligram. But I've been using a pill cutter to cut these pills into quarters to give to her every 8 hours. And so far, she's doing okay. She's been eating and drinking in small amounts. I've been hand feeding her, and I'm really hopeful that she'll make a full recovery with the antibiotics and keeping this wound clean, keeping her confined in a kennel for now so that she can keep this wound sanitary and rest up, let everything heal up nice. You ready for some pain meds? You're due for another dose. With the baby aspirins, it's such a tiny amount. I've been putting it into a cup, dissolving it in a little bit of warm water, and then just using a piece of bread to soak that up and feed it to her. She does like bread, so that's gone well so far. So now that it's dissolved, I can take just a little bit of bread. Nope, we'll try giving her that once she's back in her kennel. She seems to feel safest when she's in her kennel, and typically she'll usually take it when she's in there. And if not, we will try something else that's delicious, right? We'll just keep trying. I know penicillin is thick, so you do have to use a larger syringe for it to draw her up. She's just a 7-pound chicken, so she's just getting a small dosage. So to give the injection, I find her keel bone. I feel to either side of it, feel for the breast muscles, We clean that with alcohol. And that's it. She didn't even make a fuss.
Amazing mess right now.
How about now? You want a little medicine? Okay. I've got some special treats in mind for you once you get back in your kennel. But I'll be taking care of her all week, and I will let you know on next Friday's farm vlog how she does. But we're really hopeful that she'll make a full recovery. Chickens are really hardy and they can recover from a lot of injuries. And so I'm hopeful that with antibiotics, pain meds, keeping this clean, keeping her calm and secluded in a cage so that way she's not causing further injuries. I'm really hopeful for this girl.